Okay, so I just got back from, I got back from a walk, but before my walk, I went to my local polling place, which was an elementary school, and I cast my vote for the PA primary. Voted for my Senate candidate, my governor candidate, local races, etc. So today is primary day in Pennsylvania, and I voted for John Fetterman, if you're wondering, and Josh Shapiro for governor. Something I noticed at the polling station really caught my eye and really upset me was all around the perimeter of the school, the polling station, were Connor Lamb signs. Now, this is a primary, and there were only Connor Lamb signs all around the polling station. It's a primary, so there's multiple people on the ballot. But there was only one candidate that had yard signs around the school, and that was Connor Lamb. And this is just typical Democrat establishment being unethical. It's not illegal. There's nothing that horrifying. It's just putting your thumb on the scale of power and propping up the guy they won. Because you have to understand, there are people that show up to these primary elections and elections in general that don't know who they're voting for. They just know it is my American duty to show up and vote when it is time to vote. There's a lot of those people out there. And when they see a sign of Connor Lamb on their way in, they're just like, well, this Connor Lamb guy seems pretty popular. I guess I'm going to vote for him. This is the one they want me to vote for. I'm going to vote for them. There's a lot of people like that. And people like John Fetterman, are just, I don't know if the Fetterman people, are going to show up there later today and start putting their signs out there. But I know that, PA is a closed primary state. It's very tightly controlled. So I guarantee you they won't be allowed because it's the liberal wing controls the PA Democratic Party. Progressives like John Fetterman, not so much. So that's just bothersome. And I just had to get that out because that really got under my skin. And I expect no different from them. I expect these things to happen with the Democrats. Like we saw it in the 2020 election. We saw it in the 2016 election. We saw how they pushed Bernie Sanders. They pushed Andrew Yang. They pushed out anybody they didn't want. They made sure their names were erased and marginalized to the best that they could marginalize them and exclude them or just outright condemn them. So we're in the battle against the liberal establishment from the left. Okay, that's my political position. That's my political fight, is fighting the liberals from the left. They hate it. Oh my God, do they hate it? They don't understand it. They don't understand it. They think I'm a Trump supporter. When I call out liberals in the liberal establishment, they don't even know what to do. They don't know how to approach it. They just start spouting, that I'm a Trump supporter and all this other just ridiculous nonsense that does not line up with my political ethos. And it's comical and it's sad at the same time. I guess every tragedy is a comedy to a degree. But yeah, let's see how Fetterman does. He was leading in every poll. Like Connor Lamb was doing horrible. I know why those signs were out there. They were out there for many reasons. And one of the reasons why was he is doing horrible in the polling because he's like a Joe Manchin Democrat. He's like a right-wing liberal Democrat. And so many people are sick of these guys. We're so sick of these right-wing Democrats that have abandoned the working class. That's Connor Lamb. Why are the Democrats propping up people like Connor Lamb. It's sickening. It's disgusting. Unbelievable. But we're going to keep fighting. Don't give up fighting. Don't give up at all. Hold your ground. When liberals get mad at you and whatever. It doesn't matter. They're not used to it. They're not used to them having to check on the left side of things. They're always fighting as the left, as they have been the left for the longest time. And that is just ridiculous, because we know at furthest left, they're centrists, okay? Most of them are center-right with a centrist lean. We know this now. We're sick of it. We want working-class progressives like Bernie Sanders, like John Fetterman, and so on and so forth to represent us, because we know that they do, and they will fight for us. So make sure if you're voting today, vote for a progressive, a real progressive, like John Fetterman.